We've gone through some of the mocks. Greg Bedard is Mike Vrabel's sick. He's got the poops. He's not going to make it. He can't get to a phone for some reason. Something's gone wrong, right? So Greg Bedard parachutes into the war room, draft room, whatever we call it nowadays. We're recording this on April 8th, of course. But if Bedard is sitting in that room right now, if you can't get Hunter, you can't get Carter, you can't trade down, what are you doing? How are you leaning right now?
The New York. What the hell's wrong with me?
New York.
One of these days, New York. The New England Patriots select offensive tackle from LSU, Will Campbell.
Oh.
I will say this, a couple different reasons. I've come around on him a little bit. I do think what we've talked about before. I do think he's going to you can plug him into left tackle this year, and he's going to be an upgrade, and you're going to be functional, and you're going to be fine. And maybe it turns out not to be his long-term position. Like say Brandon Coleman last year with Washington, who was a third-round pick, started, but now they're moving him inside. They signed an offensive tackle, and look, they went to the NFC Championship game, with that setup. I think that he definitely upgrades left tackle for you. We know the glaring hole that is there at left tackle for this team. At worst, you have a all-pro guard type in the anchor of your offensive line room for a decade. So there's no bust factor. He's going to be a very good NFL player. The more people I talk to, the more they think he can play tackle. And I will say there was one personnel guy that I was talking to last night who, and I respect him a great deal. And I know his history over the years of identifying people. And so, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't put much stock into it. I think he's really good, especially with offensive linemen. And he loves Will Campbell and says he will play tackle for 10 years in this league. And that's sort of right now, as of today, I'm okay with Will Campbell being the 4th overall pick and plug that hole and let's freaking go.
A lot of smart people that, I follow and that I trust. They think he's a tackle. Daniel Jeremiah has been pretty bullish on that idea. He said the same thing. He could see him playing tackle for a decade, if not longer. I know Field Yates believes he's a tackle, and there are plenty of other people who believe he's a tackle. I want to ask you this question. Ashton Jeanty, any chance you would draft Jeanty at 4?
I would. I mean, it all depends on their evaluation. If their evaluation is this guy is instant impact, possible all-pro, very early in his career, possible Hall of Famer, top of the evaluation, which, I just think his balance and, game-breaking ability, the ability to make people miss. I see elite talent. I do worry a little bit about his workload, the mileage on him. He got a lot of mileage in college.
Yep.
So you worry about when that's going to, look at Saquon Barkley, what happened to him. He had the ACL, all that stuff. So definitely something to worry about. But if the Patriots evaluate and they say, we had him rated as the top player in the draft, which I know some people have that, and they said we just couldn't pass on him, then I would be okay with it.
The Patriots adding veteran Stephon Diggs brought much-needed credibility to their wide receiver room. But in a group full of slot types and possession receivers, New England still needs verticality and an outside presence to truly unlock Drake May's special arm talent. But today I'm breaking down 3 specific prospects who I think are the best fits to add some big play potential to the Patriots passing game. Jalen Noel is one of this receiver class's easiest projections. The 2-time captain improved every year at Iowa State, going from a second-team All-Big 12 selection in 2023 to earning Big 12 first-team and Special Teams Player of the Year honors last season. The 194-pounder put up a position-best 23 bench reps at the Combine, and he brought in over half of his contested targets last season. Take this deep grab against UCF. Iowa State comes out in a run look with 2 tight ends, both receivers tight to the formation on opposite sides, and the quarterback in pistol. But with the Cyclones facing a second and long situation, UCF keeps himself safe by playing single high press man. Noel chops his corner's two-hand jam, dips the shoulder to keep himself clean, and takes a hard jab step to the corner before separating on a post. The deep safety does play this pretty horribly, but Noel tracks down the slightly underthrown ball to set up his offense deep in scoring territory. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to become members of Patriots Press Pass here on YouTube for more breakdowns just like this, as well as a ton of other great bonus content.